Well, I took my oxide flapper to the edges of the tank and literally just ground it on the edge where the metal was. And it's cleaning up okay. Not worried about the blue resin that didn't harden. It did, but no, probably like 90%. It's a little tacky inside, but not like it could be. So I'm thinking we're going to get another coat of clear on the outside here. Bondo resin. Same thing. I've had this one I don't know how long. I just found the hardener. So I'm going to put another layer on this thing. Maybe one tomorrow, and then sand it down. I have a little dent right here, but I was thinking about it. Doesn't bother me. I have a reason. So before my battery goes dead, I'm going to clear coat this sucker and get my ass inside and make some videos. Woohoo! Well, I didn't give up on the tank. I gave it another coat of resin. Whatever it is, it is. We'll scuff it down. Get rid of any high spots like bristles that break off when you least expect it. Any resin high spots, I'll smooth them out. And this will be it. It's going to be red. Not waiting anymore. No more layers. The edges actually came out really sharp. Anything that didn't stick the last time stuck this time, so we'll be fine. It's just a cover. It's a shame to wreck all this resin though. I mean, it's got 2 cans of resin on it. And 1 thing of tablecloth. But it did pretty good. I don't know what you can see. It looks kind of blue, don't it? Yeah, it's got a blue-green to it. There's some bristles in there. I'll get them out. They'll sand right out. It's real shiny because it's real wet. Okay, what can I do now? Yeah. Oh, I made a little tab, and I tapped it to 1/4 and then I tapped this to 1/4, and then I made this 1/4, and I got 2 little screws holding the rudder down. It's literally just sitting here. There's 2 screws that hold the elevator up, but there's also 2 screws that hold the rudder to the elevator. As to fiberglass in this, I'll wait till I get some new stuff. I like it though. I don't care what anybody thinks. I like it. It's freaking cool. Definitely going to be an eye catcher. I could test it today. It's raining. Rich's BMW 20-inch wheels. It's nuts. Pretty awesome. Better compared to the little 14s that he had. I got to clean my yard. My trailer's got to go to the junkyard along with this friggin' motorcycle. But Rich's body. Here's my little electric cart. Now, I'm going to be getting a disc brake kit from appletree.com. I bought something from them. I forget what, but it wasn't bad. And my friend Scott Cash is saying, Apple Tree, Apple Tree. So we'll do Apple Tree. I just got to look it up for, I believe this is a 74 IRS. I don't know. I cannot find the numbers for this frame anymore. I had cut them off and put them somewhere so I wouldn't lose them, and yeah, I lost them. Maybe you can see it a little better without the darkness. I wish it was colored already. I guess the elevator goes red and the tail fin goes white, or flat white, according to the original plans for the Fokker DR1. The tank, or the fank, is going to be red. The wings will be red. We're going to have iron crosses on those in white and black, I believe. And I might make something for the middle here to cover up all this stuff. Maybe another body panel, who knows? Maybe something wire formed. Alright, so I have the first aileron over here, the one that's complete, and what I did is I reverse engineered and made duplicates of the hinges in the opposite directions. This one actually goes like this. And the two tubes, there's a 10 that goes between, and I think it's a 9 between and a 10.5 off the end. 10 3/4 off the end. Not that the length matters, but this one goes off the end of this one. This is the first rib or spar or whatever you want to call it. Right there. So the next thing is maybe tomorrow I'll make the rest of them, because these all have a curve, and they were made on the ring roller. I always sand off the coating off just to get a better weld. Not that it's going to hold up anything ridiculous. Oh, I pushed in the 3/8 OD nylon inserts, which are 1/4 inch ID, so when I get some 1/4 inch rod, there'll be hinges. That's it. But what the hell else did I do? Oh, I put the, let me creep over here. I put the second coat of resin on the tank, and it's over here drying. It's actually getting pretty hard pretty fast. It's supposed to be like 90 degrees this week, which is ridiculous. The edges came out really nice, so I wasn't afraid to slobber them on the corner, so when it comes to sanding it, painting it, it won't look too shabby. But the idea is a rough looking like upholstery canvas, you know, painted red. It's a whole idea like this. And I made this hinge, and this hinge the same way I made this hinge. I put a piece of metal in there at the right shape. Then I'd put a piece of 1/8 inch wire to hold the collar away. Then I'd put the collar there, clamp it, bring it over there, and weld it up. Same thing on that one. I cannot wait to skin this puppy. It's all about what I can do. I don't have any money to buy any more resin right now, or, you know, you do what you can. No, 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 no. I like the fin. I think that's going to look the balls when it's done. Rudder. Rudder, not a fin. It is a fin, right? She's going to be one of a kind, that's for sure. Alright. He, she, whatever. I think that's it for me tonight. I made my matching pieces. Matching reversed pieces. Yeah. Good job. Good job, Rob. You did a good job. Alright, have a good night. I'm going in. This is going to be like one of maybe 3, 4, 5 videos mixed together. I really killed those gloves with this one. I'd rather the glove than my hand, and I can get new gloves. It's got resin. Alright, I made another bracket. Remember those little $2.50 triangular LED lights? Well, I made a bracket for them. One there, and one there. Oop, one there. And what this does is, this will be my, well, I wouldn't call it a third brake light, it's more like a fourth now, right? I just disconnected the damn thing. I was trying to show you what it looked like lit, and of course I kicked the battery charger. I'm not a lefty, that's for sure. Oh, come on, get in there. Alright, there it is, don't move. Walking so fast. There's my third brake light, or actually fourth, because there's going to be one on the other side. I could have linked in the wires to this one, but let me see if I can get the camera down to your height. Let me get it off my hand. There we go. Fourth brake light. There's third and four's on the other side. But I don't even know what time it is. I've been out here so friggin' long. What a beautiful tank. The thing is so nice. That's it. Tonight. I'm going in. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. Well, if that don't look like a 100-year-old airplane body skinned in cloth, I don't know what does. We even got a bullet hole that killed him. This is it. It's going red. I don't care if the cloth is worn through. It gives it like a battered effect. That's the whole idea. See the rippled cloth? And you can just see the horizontal ribs. And if you know anything about Manfred von Richthofen, which is like an impossible name to say, you know that somebody shot a bullet from the ground out of a rifle, and it came up through the seat, I believe, and went right up in his spine and like killed him, and he crashed buried in the ground. Well, there's my bullet hole. I think we'll have that airbrushed or something by a friend when it's all done. I love how this came out. Kind of folded over on its own on both sides the same way. But look at it. Still a little tacky. I love the roughness. I'm going to paint that sucker red maybe later tonight if I have any cherry red. I got very little cherry red left. I'm going to have to go get some. For the price of a can of cherry red, we could be done the tank. The fank. Alright, still working here. It's like the second day, I think, since the last video. See you in a bit. Alright, it's been an hour later. I decided to flip it over, get rid of the green, blue, whatever you want to call it, and bedliner the inside. I didn't tape the edges off. I just quickly sprayed it from the inside at a certain angle so it wouldn't get all over but it did pretty good. I like it. I want some cherry red. It's still wet down in there, but this is nasty stuff. I don't know which worse, the smell of the fiberglass resin or the smell of the bedliner. Woo! They have a smell. Looks good. I think it'll do just fine. So I have this 1/16 wire. I'm going to talk a little loud so you can hear me over the fan. What I'm doing is draping it across the nose. Because if you don't do this, when you throw the cloth over it, it's not going to have that cool curve to it. It's just going to go flat. This is just to keep the curve. I might put one down here. Maybe. If I got enough, I'll put it down there. But I want to get this side done first. So I clamp one end on, and I squeeze it a little bit, and then a lot, and then a little bit, and then I clamp this end down, weld it. Go to the next one. One strip all the way across. Here's my other strip right here. I gotta do the right side. Or is it the left side? I think it's the left side. And just go bend, tack, bend, tack, bend, tack. Get you dizzy yet? And then when you get to the end, you just loop over a little bit and tack the end down. This will look so much neater when the cloth is on, I'm telling you. But, hold on. The tank is looking good. I know it doesn't look very red. This is actually apple red. I like it. It's just a hint darker. Man, is red a terrible color for a camera. Whew. But I'm over here and I'm going to keep going. Ta-da! We'll go over here. Ta-da! Whoop, just like the other one. So what happens? Stretch the material over this, it'll look like a wing. Maybe give you a sample. I don't know if I can do this one-handed, but no, I can't. I wonder if I can pull the rag. Gives it a curve. Oh, it's on fire! See the curve? If I didn't have that there, it would be just a big flat spot in between two wires. It's a little hot. Psst, psst. Loving it. I think I'm going to do this top rib too, but I got to get some more. I don't have enough to do it. I only have two little short sticks left. As far as metal goes, I really don't have anything left. I need some more 1/8 inch, some more 1/4 inch. Not a whole lot, maybe like 4 sticks of each. I know I keep saying that. Maybe tomorrow. By tomorrow. It's a little vice grip indent. They don't have to be perfect. It's just a look. It's not going to fly. Well, it'll fly, but not literally. Alright, still having fun. Look how big this thing is. Hold on. I'm going to have to measure it. I think it's 70 inches wide. I don't know if you can see it. Starts on the right there. It goes all the way to the left near the ring roller. It's massive. This is going to be a big fiberglass expedition, I'll tell you. Oh boy. I love these curves. Whoop. That's awesome. Okay. Having fun. Taking names. So I'm making an exact reverse copy of this aileron. So what I'm doing is making the hinge. That's this piece in reverse. You see it? It's black. And this is this hinge in reverse. I've got the tubes all cut. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Fourth one's like 11 or 12 inches long. Piece of 1/8 inch rod across the top, welded only on the inside, not the back. Not that you can really see it anyway once it's covered, but I need some 1/4 inch rod. I got plenty of 3/16. These all have an arch, so I'm gonna have to redo all the arches again. I'm gonna have to do all of these arches one at a time, just like I did before. This was actually squared off to here, and then I cut it, and oh my god, so much work. Oh, it's going to be nice when it's done. It's going to be one of a kind. I love that fan. That's my biggest fan. Actually, that's my biggest fan back there. Biggest fan. That's my back belt. It's actually at Dawn's. He left it here, so I'm keeping it. I'm going to tell him I'm keeping it. No, I borrowed it. Not bad. An exact reverse of this. If I don't drop it. Alright, my tank's been out here drying for quite a while. I'm not touching it till tomorrow. Charging the battery, though I got to get it off the cement floor. I painted the brackets for those third brake lights that I added the other night. They're out there in primer. I got to go, I'm thinking red. Maybe I should go red like the straps are. Yeah, we'll go do them in red. Okay, see ya. It's like 9:30 at night. I have been working on Rich's engine and the assembly since I got home. I finally found my little tool that lets you compress the rings, and I'll show you. This is the Volkswagen spring compression tool. Works pretty good too. Compress the springs on the new piston and put it in, and there it is. All 4 pistons are on. Broken exhaust studs. Yeah. I fixed these 2. I just got to get a stud. Over here, I fixed these 2. These 2 were okay. This has to be glass beaded and the new guides put in, but this is the only good dual port head I have left out of maybe 8 of them. Everything else is single ports. I wanted to show you one of Rich's pistons from running it with no oil. Making a mess here. It's all my Volkswagen nuts and all my Volkswagen goodies. And there's Volkswagen there and there and all of that. Hold on. Where the hell is it? What did I do with this piston? Oh, it's over there. Hold on. Oh, I put it in the thing. What the hell did I do with it? I'll show you a picture of it. He ran his engine with no oil for, I don't know, maybe 2-3 minutes. Was racing up an on-ramp, and it died. Oh, here it is. Hold on. Here it is. This was one of the pistons. This is probably one of the better ones. But see how the rings are stuck in there? And it's missing some serious chunks. The worst one, the top of the piston, literally melted into the head. And couldn't turn the engine over. But this is only, looks like a little 1500 or 1300, because these pistons are tiny compared to the ones he's got now. They're like a ½ an inch bigger. Look at that damage. All this aluminum stayed in the sleeve at the top. It melted to it. I thought it was like debris inside and stuff. Like, oh my god, it's the piston. So this is what happens when you run a Volkswagen without oil. It ignites. And that's what it looks like after your friend builds you another engine. This is actually a case, a good small stud case that came with a bunch of parts he bought. And I was able to put the engine together, and he bought new jugs and pistons. One of them was cracked, so we got another one. I'll show you the cracked one. It's right there. See the cracked piston? It's missing a skirt. So they sent us another piston, needless to say. And there it is. I just got to finish that other head. And right there. Finish that other head and put it back on. I have to do the guides and lap the valves and get... Well, at first you don't succeed, make it a 3rd time. I welded these on the back of the seat bracket. Not necessarily that one that's down there that I cut off. The bracket that goes back here. Problem is, I put them on the wrong side. So now I welded nuts on the back side so you can just access it from the front. And you put some bolts in there and it bolts the seat in. These are all set. The handlebars all set. Everything's bolted down. The bracket that was here is outside. I just bedlinered it again. The 3rd time. But learn by doing, I guess. Well, someone wanted to see my mess. That's some mess. Those actually, that's every Allen wrench I have. There's got to be 400 in there. There's even a torque set. Oh my god. So, here's my favorite tool right here. An oxide flapper. Those are good tools. Especially when you got to take the head off. See, I got 2 of them. One's air and one's electric. So, that bracket's painted and drying. I don't know what to do today. You know what today was? Today was a sit in that chair and admire your work kind of day. I'm on call, so I really can't do much. I don't want to get deep into something and then go, oh great, I gotta leave. But the battery's in it, but there's no gas in it. I took the gas tank off. Like I said, I ain't gonna weld near the gas tank. There's nothing in the big tank. But I've been sitting in that chair drinking my iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts and enjoying the view. And I have an absolute freaking mess over here. I have to mow the lawn if I can find it. After I get rid of that trailer full of crap and that swing set and this friggin' motorcycle and Rich's rims. That's actually, that thing back there is my painting table. That's my little, I won't get rid of that. That's my painting table. Got a bag of trash, but that's my painting table. It's a mess. My Astro van's covered with the cover that goes over the engine for the Trike. So here's one toy, here's the other toy. This is like my weekend cruiser. It can, this thing can hold, that is a 2001. It's got 209,000 on it. Runs like a top. I basically pulled it out of a junkyard. I was a day away from going to the junkyard. That's what it was. That, you know, is the other toy. And this is Rich's toy. And this is my free snow blower that needed, I forget what it needed. It wasn't much. I think it needed new gas. Yeah, I think that was it. But I gotta map out Rich's dash. They hacked the life out of that thing. They hacked the life out. Look at the hole for the radio. Are you kidding me? Half those gauges are going to go. He's going to have a speedometer and a fuel gauge. That's it. Sorry, I'm pointing because this thing's on zoom. Pointing all over the place. Here's the box of the pistons. All of his pistons are on. There's one cylinder head done, like I said. The other one is missing. Come on, whenever you're ready. There you go. So, here's one wing. I separated the two. I got rid of that piece of metal that was between them. I figured I'd do one at a time. This one has that 1/8 inch wire, and this one has the 1/8 inch wire. The edge is straight, and that's just what we're looking for. The problem is it's hard to pull it tight and show you. There you go. Look at that. Can you see that? There you go. I have to baling wire this whole thing down and figure out what I got to cover up and blah, blah, blah. Round off that cool edge. Keep it all tight, and then I think I might put a layer of resin on it if I don't have anything to do today. I'm on call and really can't go anywhere or do anything because you get into something and then, oh, you got to stop. But I haven't luckily gotten anything lately, so I've been lucky. So I'm going to tie this up and see what I can do. Alright, well, I'm not staying in here long. Look at the nice curves because of the 1/8 inch wire I put there. Nice. And remember I put them on the nose, so here's the nose. The nose of the wing. Nice. Now I did the two top corners, this corner and this corner. But these, I did a little bit of this side. I'm going to end up cutting this off and reskinning it again. And doing the end separate because there's no way to make this curve. This curve is so crazy, so I'm going to do it separate after I grind off the stuff I don't need. This is that little tab that goes up against the bracket. The bracket on the, well, you can't see it. Yeah, actually you can see it. It's way out there. But this is funny because this is, it says GE Inspired Technologies. And I use the word technologies. And GE makes what? Airplane engines. Nice stuff, Dad. Worked good. My wife got me a gallon of resin, like 40 bucks. She's good to me, as long as I don't touch her, right? I swear she pays me not to touch her. That's it. That's what it is. It's all a setup. Ooh, it stinks in here. So, got one little spot right there I'm going to run the brush over. If you noticed, I was piling it up on the wires too. For some reason, when it goes near the wire takes all the resin and sucks it in. But I think there's going to be another coat going over this whole thing anyway. Not necessarily of cloth, but just of resin. And we're not going to do anything to the inside except probably bedliner it, because the way it sits on the front of the wheel, it's just going to catch dirt and water and crap. Oh, I got a little pool of resin right there. I'm going to have to sand that off. Not a big deal. Because over here I got a hole. I think I'll steal it from there and put it over here. Alright, that's it. I am not staying out here with this thing. It's stinky. Alright, have a good night.